hold on.
Hold on.
Thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate you always telling us when we have technical issues.
Audio input. Is it? Where's Logan? Call him the.
I'm going to sign this.
Better? You can hear us?
Okay, good.
Okay. I was about to call Logan. I was calling back up. I think we hit the mute button on the microphone.
We like to do that sometimes
right?
when we have lives.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here early and on time so that we knew.
Thanks, Bill.
Remember that one time we talked for like 20 minutes and had no clue?
It was that the one I wasn't
because
here.
we didn't have the microphone in the room?
Or it was the two of us, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was
Why
the
does
two of us.
Brittany and I always have all the technical issues?
You know, because Logan thinks it's funny.
I think Logan does think it's funny.
I think he sets us up for this.
Yeah, it's such a brother thing to do, right?
Right.
He's not even my brother, but, it makes sense.
Yeah, so you've got Britton and Patty.
Yes.
And we are talking about allergens in our coffee today.
Yes. And how about the fact that there is none?
Yeah.
There are not. Well, I should say our coffee is free of the top 8
allergens.
So the top 8, because I had to write this down. I am allergen certified, but, I always forget. Eggs, tree nuts, peanuts, shellfish, soy, fish, wheat, and sesame. So you may have heard, again, tree nut in there. We do have a toasted almond coffee. We have caramel pecan. We have different nut-flavored hazelnut, things like that.
Yeah, and they are all nut-free.
Yeah.
And the reason we think this topic is really important is because we've been getting a lot of customer service questions about allergens in coffee. And
a lot of questions about sweeteners too.
Yeah, definitely sweeteners too. And we know people are just more aware of what they're putting in their bodies and how certain things affect them. So you might not be exactly allergic to eggs, but you might be sensitive to eggs or something like that, so you avoid them.
Sure. And the good news is there's no eggs in our coffee either.
There's no egg in our coffee.
When I first started with a company back in 2006, so it's been a minute now, there used to be, we had actual toasted coconut in our Hawaiian coconut coffee, and we had slivers of almonds in our Swiss mocha almond.
Swiss mocha almond too.
And we did take those out because we're like, hey, the flavor's doesn't have an allergen.
Only that, just crossover when you're in the packaging and stuff.
Yeah. So now our facility is completely allergen free. We don't have any allergens in our facility.
Yeah.
Which is great because, yay.
Yeah. I mean, that's not to say somebody could go eat a PB&J at lunch and come back to work. But that there is, in our flavoring and stuff, there are no allergens.
Yes.
And we don't have food or anything in the facility.
So we have a statement from our flavoring company, and they said that the flavorings do not contain any wheat or gluten, wheat, barley, rye, or their derivatives, animal byproducts, so also vegan, right?
Yeah.
Milk products, dairy derivatives, eggs, egg products, soy products, seeds, tree nuts, peanut products, and other legumes, am I saying that right? Beans, or seafood products, fish or shellfish, celery, mustard, sulfur dioxide, and sulfites.
Thank you.
So, all good things. Yeah, now you come to help us, Logan. Thanks.
He saw my phone call, my frantic phone call. Oh, no.
Yeah, please help us.
So, yeah, it's important that, we steer free of allergens. Our flavorings, if you see them, they're clear. Some of them are brown because they're naturally brown, but there's not really dye. I mean, we try to avoid.
Brittany and I are probably your biggest dye advocates in the building, I'll say.
Yeah.
Both of our kids have dye sensitivities. I know Stella.
Stella's allergic to red dye. She will actually become very ill.
Yeah.
So
a few years ago, we were developing flavored syrups for our stores that were private label, and the company I was working with kept sending me raspberry syrup that was bright red. And I said, why is it bright red? We're like, well, the consumer needs to see bright red syrup. And I'm like, no, they don't. Take it out because it's used behind the counter in the drink. It doesn't need to be there. So, yeah. Yeah,
we're big proponents that dyes just really aren't that good for you.
For sure.
I guess you're never going to get your crab coffee, Bill.
That sounds disgusting,
Bill.
That
sounds disgusting. You know what, though? If they made, an artificial crab flavor, you never know.
I would try it. I mean, but
I would try it once.
How do you get, peanut flavored coffee and tree nut flavored coffee without them? I honestly don't know. I don't have an answer for that, but there are no.
They're magic. They mix. They mix flavor notes until they get it
Yeah.
right. Huh?
Well, and I think Lori and I have talked about it before. She and I going to the flavoring place and seeing how they kind of just like put little pieces together to get that perfect flavor.
Yeah, it's like Willy Wonka. I mean, they have to have such a sophisticated palate to be able to do that.
Yes.
It's really impressive.
Yeah, agreed. I have great respect for that.
Oh, yeah. So, and on top of allergens, no sugar. There is no sugar in our coffee. Right? There's no sweeteners. We don't really believe in that. Yeah. So our coffee, even though it might taste sweet, it's just kind of the essence of flavoring.
Yeah. We get that question maybe once a week on the customer service line is somebody asked yesterday, is there sucralose? No, there's no, because it's like, if you don't have sugar, is there sucralose? Like, no, there's nothing like that.
Well, because they're like, there must be a sweetener, right? There must be one, but no, there's no sweetener.
We leave it, you drink it black or you add it, however you like it. Flavored creamer, 8 pounds of sugar, however you like it, that's up to you.
Yes.
But we have no sugar.
It is, coffee, innately has 6 calories?
I think 5.
Something very
so
low.
Black coffee I want to say is like 2 to 5. There's like barely any calories in it. So, it's like that's like when every time you're on a diet, they're always like, you can have black coffee, but it's when you start adding all the stuff to it that they're like, whoa.
Yeah, we didn't mean that kind of coffee.
Yeah. Slow down.
Yeah, we take health really seriously. We've all taken food sensitivity tests here.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of interesting. It's not saying you're allergic to it. It's just saying, hey, these things might not react with your body so well.
Might make your belly hurt. Like, hey, when you ate that, gallon of ice cream last night, that was probably a bad move for you.
Oh my gosh. So for one of my birthdays.
I remember this.
Patty made me, homemade mac and cheese and creme brulee. Yes. And you guys, I have a dairy issue.
But we didn't know this at the time. No, right?
I did know this.
Oh, okay.
I knew that dairy upset my stomach. I don't care. I love dairy.
Yeah.
I ate all of the stuff. My face was red. I was sweating. I'm like, oh, okay, that might have been a little bit of overload, but it was so good.
It was good. I haven't made creme brulee since your birthday. I need to do that again.
Oh, it was delicious.
And mac and cheese.
That might have been during...
That was during COVID. There was nobody here, and it was your birthday.
Yeah, it was just the 3 of us, so we just celebrated because there wasn't really...
Yeah, we're like, we need to eat, but, it's sad because we can't go to restaurants because restaurants are closed.
Yeah, we can't really do anything.
So, mac and cheese and creme brulee.
And we were so careful, too. It was really just us in the building.
Yeah, that was when we had, separate bath, because, we have a 45,000 square foot roasting facility here, and it was just the 3 of us and maybe 5 or 6 members of production working, right?
Yeah.
And so, there's... At least 3
we separated. Everybody had a different bathroom.
Yeah. Everybody had their own bar of soap. That you brought us each a bar of soap that we carried around with us. We were all so scared.
Well, at the beginning, it was kind of freaky.
Yeah.
Remember Anthony's birthday party? We had the tables, but we kept everything really separated.
Yeah. Didn't we have lasagna?
And it was just if anybody got sick, right, then the whole team kind of went down.
Yeah. And that was when everything was locked down. So we were driving basically from work back home, from work back home. Yeah. With no contact with other humans.
But I got homemade mac and cheese and creme brulee out of it, so
you did. We should do that again.
There's that.
But maybe less dairy for you.
Way less dairy.
Way less dairy.
We also are kosher.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Which is a big deal. There's a lot of people it's Jewish faith, but I believe other faiths also eat kosher.
Some of the Middle Eastern faiths are more they do halal and more. And I don't want to butcher how I'm going to say this, but I know it's something about the milk and something not supposed to be with meat, milk and meat. So if you had a flavoring that had dairy in it, then that would be and you ate meat, you would be violating kosher?
Yeah.
So I'm saying that right?
Yeah. So all of our coffees are kosher. Correct. And we do have a rabbi. He comes in almost once a month just to make sure that they're, we're doing the processes right and that we're using the right things.
I think he blesses the coffee too, doesn't he?
My dad always said that, but I'm not sure that he does that.
Maybe he's silently praying while he's walking around.
He might be. But that it's important to a lot of people in our community. So we wanted to make sure and do that for everybody. I think a lot of coffees are kosher.
Yeah. It's just once you add the flavoring to it, whether or not there's dairy in the flavoring.
So the rabbi's gone through all the flavoring. He knows all the ingredients. He was able to certify that they are kosher.
That's great news.
Yes.
Yes. What else do we have? So no sugar, no dairy,
sugar, no gluten.
No gluten. Yep. So even our flavoring, our powdered flavorings, because some of the ones that are like our 1.75s might be ground and then flavored with powders. Those are actually gluten-free too, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
So no wheat.
Well, those are flavored whole bean and then ground.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So none of that.
Nope. No gluten.
None of that.
Really, I mean, it's coffee.
Yeah.
You know.
But if you ever have a question, you can feel free to reach out. I know cinnamon is an allergen to some people. There are a few select flavorings that we have that have trace of cinnamon oil. But for us, we really focus on the top 8 since that's what most people have an issue with. And if you have a severe allergy, obviously it's something you should reach out about.
Is coconut, is that included in these nuts?
Coconut, is it a tree nut? I don't think so.
I don't know. Does anybody know? Is coconut a tree nut?
Yeah.
I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah.
Because one of my good friends is super allergic to coconut.
Yeah. It's interesting what people like. I'm allergic to strawberries or watermelon, or you're just like, oh, really? Like,
yeah.
I'm allergic to nothing, but I had like an allergic reaction one time in my life, and it was penicillin and eel. So eels look like snakes. So why would I want to eat, the devil's
right? Yeah, I'm allergic to mostly skin allergy stuff,
like eczema kind of stuff.
No, I'm really allergic to grass or if mold touches my skin or I found out I tried to use Proactiv in high school and I'm super allergic to benzoyl peroxide apparently.
Oh yeah, that would hurt.
So yeah, my face is swollen and puffy and yeah, figured that one out pretty quick.
Ow. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have a ton of allergies.
Yeah.
I mean, I think dairy's I'm probably lactose intolerant.
Your sensitivity came up I wasn't all the cheeses and all the milks, and wasn't it buffalo milk was one of them?
It literally every cheese and milk and cream and stuff you can think of came on my test. Weirdly enough, bell peppers and chicken.
Yeah. And Lori, which is funny, had coffee as a sensitivity for her. And I laughed. I'm like, you know what you do, right? For a living.
Yeah.
We pretty much test coffee all day long,
Yeah.
Which we were trying our new cherry coffee yesterday, and that's getting tweaked a little bit
more.
Oh,
yeah. The black cherry coffee is almost ready.
Yes.
We have the labels. We have the flavoring.
Yes.
And we were doing a little bit of extra R&D because sometimes when we do the initial R&D, we do it in such a small batch that it's almost hand flavored, literally shaken in a bag, hand flavored.
Yeah.
And
I like when people say one of our ads says hand flavored, and it tastes like hand.
I know.
So I have fun with people who do that. I like when people are sarcastic.
It is funny, but we probably need to figure out a better way to say it. But I mean, that was literally shaken in a bag by hand.
Yeah.
So we're just tweaking it with the bigger method of flavoring.
Yeah.
To make sure that it's still super good.
Yeah.
But probably in just a couple weeks.
Yeah, we should have that ready because our next thing, the next thing that's going out the door is the November coffee of the month, which we released as Thanksgiving pies, which I'm super excited about.
Those just got made up. I saw packages coming out yesterday.
I'm interested to know what everybody thinks the 4 flavors are.
You know what cracks me up is when we put the flavor of the month coffees out, they'll put the 4 different flavors in the boxes on a pallet, and usually the top box is open because there was too many to fit in the box. There's 2 or 3 extra, and everybody who walks by that pallet will pick up the top bag and they sniff by where the hole is.
Yeah.
It cracks me up. They're like, oh, these ones smell so good this month. I can't wait to try these.
There's one in particular in this month that I'm pretty excited about. It smells really good.
Yeah. And it's every month. They can't wait to see the labels. Yeah. Or they can't. The production staff gets so excited about what's coming next.
I feel like we have maybe through March figured out. So, but you guys, we love suggestions. If you have a box that you think would make a super cool idea, let us know. I know Caitlin, one of our, people on Instagram who always does stories for us, she came up with a cookie box.
Oh, yeah.
Sylvia came up with a sweetened box. You know, we love stuff like that. So if you've got ideas, I'd like to know.
On a little bit of a sad note, but also I think a happy note in the long run. The current rewards club will be coming to an end December 31st. So if you guys have points, go turn them in and use them. That program, Cheesecake Collection.
Ooh, Bill, I like it.
I like that.
pumpkin cheesecake, turtle cheesecake.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Classic. Actually, you know what is funny, Bill? I have a cheesecake flavor in my office. I tried. I didn't think that the cheesecake flavor came out enough in it. And actually, I sent that. That was one of the flavors I sent to the test panel when we did a test panel.
Fun.
Yeah, you know what? I have a lot of coffee I need to
it.
grind up and send out to people, too. I need to do another taste panel.
So
who's interested?
Right?
Bill, Jen, you guys in? Yeah.
So use your rewards points. So December 31st, that's coming to an end. Right now, you can't earn any more points, but coming next year,
I'm excited.
We have something exciting coming that we're way more excited about it, and we think that you guys will get a lot more value out of. Always.
You know what's funny is because Britt and I are pretty hands-on in the warehouse roasting facility.
Yeah.
You know, Britton's the director of e-commerce. I do store development and, fundraising and whatnot, but also a big part of my job is web. So we're always out there. We're helping pull orders. And when you guys place orders, we know who you are. We're like, oh my God, yeah. Jen placed an order. Bill placed an order.
For sure.
Michelle Baxter placed the most orders, She
has. So she is winning.
Britton came to me last week and she said,
please redeem your points, Jennifer.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely.
But definitely we have something way cooler coming next year. We're in the process of ordering stuff. It's going to be a lot more rewarding. People actually aren't really using the points program, and I don't blame you. It's very clunky.
Yeah.
It wasn't very intuitive. Yeah. Unfortunately, the program that we went with, they just kind of haven't kept up with the times. Yeah. So
when somebody puts out a website, an app, a program, and you're not constantly changing it to develop,
it's not great. They were trying to develop it, but then I don't know what happened, but the back end doesn't even work now, so it's really difficult to even help people with it.
That's not great.
So we came up with a way cooler program to launch next year.
Yeah, I'm excited. Britton came to me last week and she said, "Who do you think is the customer who places the most orders?" And I didn't guess right away, but it was my second guess, right?
Yeah.
So we get excited about that. We know who you guys are. We know your names, and we just really want to do something that lets you know that
that we care about.
We noticed you, noticing us, noticing you.
And the new program's exclusive. So
yeah.
You can't buy the stuff that will be in
and
it.
some of the stuff you showed me, I want that. Can I have some of that stuff? I want it though.
No.
You gotta place an order? I place orders.
Nope, you gotta be a part of the club.
Okay.
Gotta be part of the club.
All right, I'm joining the club.
You can't buy it. You can't get it. I just flung a ponytail. I don't even know where I got this.
You went to the store this morning. What did you get?
I did. So it's not technically on the menu, but if they have the puree, they can make it for you.
What is it?
It is the chocolate covered strawberry frap.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. We usually run that as a special in February.
Yeah, but Will was there and they had the strawberry puree, so
that sounds so good.
Sometimes I ask them if they can make it. It's so good. It's such the perfect balance of fruit and chocolate.
Yeah, I want to try now. That sounds delicious.
Well, so they have so much construction going on the highway. This is probably TMI, but on the way from daycare, I can either take the highway or I can take this back road all the way up. And I always Google Maps it because we have so much construction in Michigan. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah.
So the highway was all red. So I took the back road, which goes right by our store. And I'm oh, perfect.
Yeah. It sounds like I'm stopping for snacks.
Yeah. I got a sandwich that it's been 2 hours and I still haven't eaten it. So
it'll still be good.
There's that.
Yeah. Oh, and we have a sale, right?
Friday. Right?
Is it Friday or does it start tomorrow?
It's the 11th.
Does it start tomorrow?
You put it out on the VIP page tomorrow, probably.
Okay, so if you're on the VIP page, you'll know tomorrow.
Yep.
Right? Because we usually VIPs usually get a day heads up.
It's our Veterans Day sale.
Yeah.
And to all the veterans and families of veterans, we appreciate the sacrifice.
Sure do. Absolutely.
We know that it is not easy. I have one of my really good friends. Her husband's in the military.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they just waiting for orders to move. It's sometimes they can have to move in a week. They know they're gonna get papers, but they have no idea where they're gonna go, and it's just a lot.
And your Uncle Boomer served, so and I remember he came here in his uniform one year, and that was super cool.
Yeah, it was cool. He called me one time. I think I was in college or something, and he just called and he's like, I just want to let you know that I've got to go somewhere and I love you. Aww. And I can't tell you anything else. I was like,
that breaks my heart. I don't like that.
But it freaks you out. So that's a huge sacrifice for you and your families. And we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was freaking out on Halloween. I was running around doing all the things. And I do not need coffee. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
In-store shopping for Halloween stuff. It's a long one. We have to hit see more. Text codes. I was having an internal debate. You got an order then.
Yeah. Whether I should have ordered. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was like, yeah. I know those codes are so hard. I've done that at other companies. So they've dropped huge codes. And it's like, well, I don't need it now, but I know I'm going to need it in a month. So I'm just going to get it.
I did that, though. Like, there's a body care company that I like to shop from. And I'm like, I don't need anything. Stop spending money. And then the next day I had such remorse. I'm like, so I emailed the company and I said, hey, I didn't use my code. Can I have it? And they're like, sorry, here's 10% though. And I'm like, you're right though. I didn't act in time. I didn't follow instructions, so I didn't get my code. I'm sad, but
Paula's Choice on their birthday, they did that.
Yeah.
And I didn't need another kit, but I'm like, I'm so kind of close-ish, so I just got one.
Yeah, Paula's Choice is nice.
I'm so glad I did.
Yeah. Because then you have, stock if you need it. So it's not bad to have. Also, our stores are doing, I think, grande free coffee for veterans. Participating stores only, so double check with them before you go. But, definitely we have stores, close to military bases.
We have a lot of veteran-owned stores.
Yeah, for sure. So on Veterans Day only. Yeah. And actually we have another one coming up. I can't talk about it yet, but hopefully there'll be one in Virginia coming up soon. So.
Oh, yeah. Super cool. And we, for any veterans out there, we participate in a VetFran program.
Oh, VetFran is so great.
Yeah, so you can actually get a cheaper franchise fee
50%
when you
off,
open a store with us. Yeah, so it's pretty impactful.
We definitely want to reward our military and thank you for your service. So you get 50% off a franchise fee, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you get to work with me. Yay.
Right? You get to work with Patty.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't think that's a sorry.
Sorry, but not sorry. Yeah.
It just means your online calls, instead of being, 30 minutes, are 2 hours.
Yeah, for sure. Well, right now we're opening 5 different stores all across the country. So that's kind of exciting because there's, a lot going on.
Some growth.
Yeah. And, just stores, that may not, maybe there's a new store coming in your area. So that's kind of fun. And I'm just all the locations I'm excited about. I think they're going to be great. There's one in Bloomington, Indiana that's going to be I think a flagship kind of area.
Oh, cool.
And it's going to be really beautiful. So I'm excited for that.
Well, it's cool to see different cities and towns investing in infrastructure again too.
Yeah, I mean, definitely during COVID, everything kind of shut down. People weren't really building as much, weren't doing as much. So it's nice to see people getting more confident and, building.
I wonder, Jennifer, there were so many orders. We were barely functioning, and then we found out 4 or 5 days later that probably 60 orders they came in so fast they clogged up and actually didn't flow to
the Monday order, or it was Monday, and it was last Thursday, and it was you was oh my god, there's 60 orders that didn't come through.
Yeah, somebody emailed us and
it's always Sarah. Yeah,
I know. They're I didn't get my order, and we're what? And then I looked, and there was literally a chunk of orders, and they all came in from 11:01 to 11:03.
Yeah,
and we have a separate order fulfillment system, and they didn't get flow into that system because it got jammed up.
Yeah.
But now we know what to look for next time.
For sure.
And we got them out.
Yeah, that day. Yeah, I think we got them out in 2 hours.
Patty's got her paint clothes on, and she's getting up ready to paint, and I'm wait a minute, I need your help. We have to go right now.
And then I still finished painting.
It took us 2 hours,
so,
too.
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
So, just a quick recap. Free of the top 8 allergens, no sugar, no sweeteners.
No gluten.
No gluten.
Yeah. If you ever have questions about something in your coffee, feel free to reach out. There is an FAQ page on our website, but we're happy to answer questions where we can.
Especially if it's a deeper allergy. Yeah. Please, if you have rewards, try to use them.
By December 31st.
By December 31st. Mm-hmm. Once you get the codes, they should be good. So at least redeem them for codes, and then I don't think the codes expire.
Oh, they don't. I don't know about that. Yeah.
Let me check. But
your
points have to be redeemed. But as long as you save the code, I'm pretty sure they're good.
Oh, somebody does need to open in South Jersey. I think we only have one Jersey location right now, and they're right outside of New York City.
Yeah. Running a store is, it's like managing a restaurant. There is no. It's a lot.
Yeah, but if you know somebody who's hey, I want to run a coffee shop. If you think about opening people think it's easy, right? Oh, you just open a coffee shop, but where are you going to source your coffee from? Now you've got to come up with drink ingredients. Now you've got to source equipment. Now you've got to figure out how to do your layout for the best flow.
Right.
The great thing about franchising is that
we
know how to do that, right? All we do is open stores. We
know your layouts. We know what you need. We actually do your opening order for you.
Yes, absolutely. And then
train your staff.
Yeah, Will and Houston, who you've met before, actually come out and
it's
open
still
your store.
A lot because when you own a store, at the end of the day, if someone doesn't show up for work, it's on you.
Absolutely.
Like you have to show up. Yeah. So it definitely is, with little kids especially.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say my parents had one when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And we worked at the store a ton at like 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
We could use the register. We could grind. The only thing we weren't allowed to do is the espresso machine.
Right.
But
you want to scald yourself, right?
Yeah. Well, we just weren't even tall enough.
Yeah. That'd be kind of adorable, though.
So yeah, it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun to have a work ethic and have a place to actually practice people skills.
For sure. A lot of our franchisees have like teenage kids who work behind the counter too in their store.
Yeah.
The store that's building right now in Grand Rapids, they've got some college age students that will be helping out, and it's going to be like a hangout spot for college kids. There's so many colleges in Grand Rapids, it's not even funny.
Well, in labor laws, if you're a family, so if you owned the store, your kids can work there, and there's really there's not labor laws for your kids.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and a lot of that stemmed from like back in farming day. What people still are farmers, right? But their kids work for them, and they have to they have to help.
Right, get up and milk the cows, Britain.
Yeah, so we didn't.
No thanks.
Yeah, we helped a lot. But it was always fun.
Yeah, for sure. So, anybody who wants to own a coffee shop, send them our way. We'd love to talk to them about it because, would it be awesome to have our delicious coffee and
a city near you?
Absolutely, it would. It would.
All right.
That's all for us today.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Have a good rest of your Wednesday.